Welcome everyone to the What's Left podcast. John here with Brad and special guest Derek today. Jake has the night off. We are the Punk Rock Garage Band podcast, adding our voice resistance as loudly as we can here on the Derealization Nation Media Network. If you haven't done it already, please do like and subscribe. It helps us out a lot, pushes into the algorithm. Join the ever-growing Derealization Nation. It is pretty cool to see. Also know that we are getting very close to being monetized by certain sites. So if you happen to hear about a product on this show, know that we don't endorse it. Fuck that product, whatever the fuck it is. All right, guys, we're gonna start this one. Trump had a couple of meetings, one with Vladimir Putin, one with Benjamin Netanyahu, both of them in Florida. Well, I'm sorry, one with Zelensky, technically, but really, on the phone, he had the meeting with Vladimir Putin, who told him basically what to do, including making up this attack on his home in Moscow that nobody else saw, and there's no reports of, and there's no damage from. So Putin tried to pull a false flag attack on himself to try to justify continuing the war in Ukraine. They also, denied the idea of a ceasefire, which is key to any peace deal. Honestly, the whole thing, as much as it's being there's like, oh, we're like 95% there, we're 90% there. I mean, they finished before they got their pants off. It was a whole disaster, and we were literally no close. Not only were we no closer to an end to that war, it's probably just going to drag on forever. And today, Russia moved nuclear capable systems into Belarus. In any other news cycle, this would be like shifting the globe. This is huge, huge deal. I'm not trying to be alarmist, but am I being alarmist enough?
You'd think with peace being all but inevitable, they wouldn't need to be moving nuclear capabilities to Belarus. But that's just me.
Uh,
When peace is on the table, I don't actively plan for worse war.
yeah, it does. It does seem a little bit like a more of an escalation than a peace maneuver. I don't know. What do you say, Derek? It's this seemed like a de-escalation or a five alarm fire.
I mean, I guess, what is this really compared to the real weapons of mass destruction that is fentanyl, So, yeah, but no, this is this is, I think, yeah, where the focus should be, This is where the real serious shit is, and
hmm
yeah, to be hearing nothing about it is pretty crazy.
Yeah. Well, it's weird because I mean, it's not without precedent. They have said many times they view him and Rubio view this as a multipolar type of world where the United States controls Western Hemisphere, Russia controls Europe, um, and China controls Asia. And China also has Taiwan like completely surrounded. It is doing like an insane number of military exercises. Um, it's like they're basically threatening, not bait, they are threatening Taiwan uh actively. And not only like is the president not addressing it, he says he doesn't know about it, but also that he's not worried about it. In what fucking world is the president of the United States not worried about China invading Taiwan? It, it's like I wake up in a new world every day, and I don't know where I'm at, and I have to relearn the rules. But yeah, I don't know. Years of hearing about the China
I
Republican Party.
I thought China was like our biggest threat. Like they make it seem like China is just waiting to take us over at every opportunity.
Isn't that why we can't have TikTok?
Yeah.
Right? That's what like the unanimous vote and the Supreme Court ruling said, oh no, this is a national emergency. We can't have China doing things. And now all of this, but unless of course, military wise, it's fine. It's just as long as they're not entertaining our people or spreading anti-capitalist information. Uh,
I keep trying to get my dad to join TikTok, and he's like, "Oh, it's Chinese propaganda." And I was like, "Don't worry, Dad. It's American propaganda now. You can go ahead and hop on there."
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
I mean, the Republicans that I know would be it should be rolling in their graves or screaming about like it was always China, China, China. Like,
right.
gotta watch out for China. And guess what? They're fucking right. Like,
Yeah.
they aren't just creeping up on us anymore. They are surpassing us in a lot of different areas, and nobody even gives a fuck. Like, okay,
No. Yeah, I
Old
mean,
school Reagan era Republicans have to be like disgusted with the current climate in America. Like, what do you mean Russia and China are not our mortal enemy right
I don't know. I think they just
yep.
hit like end stage lead paint chip eating status. Like their brains have just completely shut off somehow because they don't care about Russia. They don't care about China. They care about, but they're sitting here rooting for these votes being blown up in Venezuela and like, Christian, bombing in the name of Christ in Somalia or Nigeria, I mean, but and Somalia. I mean, what the fuck? Why not? Uh, it's
It's a new place every fucking day.
yeah, no, I mean we've hit Yemen, Iraq, Afghanistan, uh, already in this presidency, like 10 different countries, uh, Iran and Iraq. Yeah, both. I don't know which one I said,
Real
but
quick
both of
on
them.
the Venezuelan boats, reports have come back that there were no drugs on the boats outside of cannabis.
Now, Brad, not no drugs.
Yikes!
There was a bit of resin in that bowl.
Yikes!
Yeah, they found a bit of marijuana residue. They
Trump
think,
just fucking lowered it to a Schedule 2 or something.
yeah,
Did they have
well,
to blowing
let
people
that
up
be
in
a
the international waters for it?
let that be a goddamn lesson to you. We'll send a missile after a schedule too. What do you think we're gonna do? I mean, later on, I was gonna save this for later, but like Trump's out here posting pictures, like talking about windmills, like, and all of the headlines are like referencing Don Quixote, like tilting at windmills. He posted a picture of a windmill that supposedly killed a bald eagle. It's a falcon, and it's in Israel. It's not even like it's so completely off base. Just like all of his like windmill stuff, we're fighting battles against phantoms. We're out here ignoring World War III in favor of uh the Nicki Minaj wars of 2025. I I'm I can't when I say it out loud, like I couldn't have envisioned anything this ridiculous um ever. Not in a million years. Not with a million monkeys and a million typewriters could I have written this. I
It's
you
just
know
so much. They just do so much pandering to the uneducated that they think that if they keep the uneducated entertained, that they can just do whatever they want because our screams fall on deaf ears because the uneducated are, shut up, you stupid liberal. If he wants to kill people in international waters, then damn it, he's protecting the country.
Mark my fucking words, bro. The reason they love AI isn't just because of all of the other bullshit that it does, it's because it makes people stupid. It makes people even dumber. It's proven. Not only does it not educate people, it it takes away their ability to do things. Like you become dumber if you consistently use AI. And that's all they want
Critical
is just
thinking
yeah,
really suffers. It's been proven. Yeah.
yeah. And obviously
There's no
like
research anymore. There's no research. There's no you learning things anymore. It's you putting a scenario into a computer and it giving you an outcome.
right. And people rely on this shit for like fact check. I could like if it was some for anything important, how could you possibly rely on this? You just don't know. It's just basically summarizing the internet. Like it doesn't it could be it has also been proven to be lazy, inconsistent. It's I don't know. It's wild. We're gonna talk more about AI in a little bit. I don't want to fucking get way off course here because it is still a very unstable world, and I want to stick to the where the bombs are falling and the bullets are flying just for a minute. Um, but so speaking of all this activity that's going on, Saudi Arabia and the UAE, big time allies, right? Big friends. But in Yemen, there's a broken government, and the only thing that everybody agrees on is not the Houthis. The UAE backs one group. The Saudi Arabia backs a different group. Saudi Arabia bombs the UAE's group. So now you even have these two allies picking fights with each other, you know, and their proxy wars fought through, these little separatist groups. Um, but like the instability that's happening everywhere. I mean, this is near Azerbaijan. These are near the areas where these supposedly these wars have ended, right? These where all these wars have just disappeared. If anything, like hostilities have escalated in every part of that region. I don't think that, I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I've paid super close attention my entire life to conflicts in the Middle East. But you'd be hard pressed to find a time, I think, where every single part of the Middle East is engaged in some kind of conflict. And it's uh it's just it's insane to me. And Israeli apologists will tell you like that's what Israel's there for, to stabilize the Middle East, but all they're doing is making it worse. Um, Trump and Netanyahu's meeting was something. Trump was awarded the first ever Israeli Prize for Israel Prize. I didn't know it existed. Apparently, it exists. They give it to somebody from Israel every year, except this year, um, because Donald Trump likes trinkets. I'm pretty sure for a precious moment he can get him to bomb Iran. Like, I don't, it wouldn't take much. This guy
Those little
will,
Hallmark figures.
yeah, yeah, exactly. The ones with the big, yeah, little precious big eyes. Yeah. Fucking A. Whatever what this guy would do for a Klondike bar. It doesn't matter. You bring this guy a gift, he gives you what you want. Um, and what they want is, you know, Israel's looking for a long-term deal, a 20-year deal, as opposed to the regular 10-year deal. They're looking to slush fund up the money instead of it being strictly for weapons spending and going directly to like, American defense corporations. They're expanding the types of contractors because they have this great uh, connection with big tech, Microsoft, all these guys. The Guardian does great reporting on this. And this new deal would allow them to spend that money on surveillance systems, AI systems, all of this other research and development, as they call it. So it's like extending the slush fund that is our defense fund and giving Israel like a credit card. It's like having like yeah, it's like having a kid in college give them a credit card and be like, okay, you can spend this on whatever you want. It's not just for emergencies anymore. You can spend it on whatever you want. And it's just it's fucking bananas. And they know Israel knows they're in deep shit and they're trying to push this. This isn't really due until 2028, but they are fucking hair on fire trying to get this deal done today.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, of course. If there is money to be taken by someone, they're in line.
Yeah. And never has there ever been a more pro-Israel president. I don't think anybody would.
Never. Per Benny himself, the
Yeah.
most pro-Israel president of all time,
Yeah.
Donald Trump.
Yep. Yep.
That's your boy.
Jesus. Yeah, the fucking war criminal and potential vampire Benjamin Netanyahu. They both should have just been arrested. I can't believe to have them both in the same building was such an opportunity for an arrest. I can't imagine.
Somebody posted a picture today of Betty and Pete Hegseth in a room together, and I just said, couple of war criminals just palling around.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Benjamin Netanyahu has been committing fucking war crimes. He is the most evil person on the planet, maybe. Maybe. He's up there, right? And Trump called him a hero, a goddamn hero. Trump also called himself a wartime president. Um, it's guys, I'm beginning to think he's not all there. You know? Jesus.
Man, I'm convinced at this point. Like, I'll go on a tangent every once in a while, but I have cognitive ability. He just goes on a tangent and doesn't know where he's at.
Yeah. There.
It's
I go on a tangent because I
crazy.
get really emotional.
If you watch like footage of him now at his speeches and the things that he's saying now, and you compare it to like back when he ran the first time, like I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I can see why he tricked people back then, right? By the way he
Mhm.
spoke and the things that he was saying, because he was like, hey, fuck all this money in politics, blah, blah, blah. And people were like, yeah. And like he was saying it coherently. Now, what he says, good fucking guess. Like I don't know because it's he has gone downhill. He is not sane anymore, and they just don't care because you put a fucking elephant in the room, and everybody's going to talk about a fucking elephant in the room, and that's all that matters with him. That's
Yep.
all that matters.
It does seem that the weave has become unwove just a little bit.
It feels like they know more than we do because it just seems really early for people to already be talking about the next president.
Oh, yeah.
Like they're already turning point USA and JD Vance, like on the campaign trail, like right now. That's what they're doing with JD Vance.
I forget who it
Oh yeah,
was. I think it was maybe Daily Beast. Somebody released a story today that says that Republicans have a JD Vance problem. Nobody likes him. That was the headline. It's so true. How could you like the guy is
accurate.
completely without personality.
I saw something the other day. Actually, my wife showed me something the other day that said JD Vance is the PT Cruiser of people. You
Yeah,
know, it's fucking accurate.
yeah. There's a meme it's been used a few times, but it's a whole driveway full of PT Cruisers, and when it's a like Vance family reunion or something. Yeah, it's yeah, it's wild. How fucking bad our prospects are. That's why we need like this can't end uh in 2028. Like it has to end before that. Like you have to these people all deserve to be prosecuted. I mean, we are taking a break from the obvious speaking of elephants in the room, just the obvious Epstein of it all. Which, actively they are all covering up. Whatever it is, they're covering it up. You know what I mean? Like is Donald Trump a pedophile? I sure think so. But even if he isn't, whatever that is, like they are covering something vast up here.
Well, MTG, Marjorie Trader Green,
Marjorie Trader
said,
Brown, get it right.
yeah, that said that Donnie T flat out told her that releasing the Epstein files would hurt his friends.
Hmm. Yeah, can I just I just have to listen. Bill Clinton and Donald Trump are those friends too, right? Nothing about Bill Clinton telling me to release the files through a spokesperson made me think anything less than that they are colluding with each other to try to make this seem legit. Like 100%. Hillary colluded to get him to be the guy she ran against in 2016, right? It was mutually assured destruction. There was no way that either one of them could have ran with Epstein being investigated uh, in that era. There's no way. Like these families, the Clinton capture of the Democratic Party has to fucking end. It has to end. Clinton and all of those involved with them, including Larry Summers, who's obviously a fucking pervert too, thanks to these files. Like these people have been running Democratic politics forever. It has to end. Clinton, Trump, same people, besties, hung around. They're both the same goddamn creep. Like their differences are like uh pro-choice and climate change versus, you know, pro, I don't know, fetus and coal
War.
baby, drill baby drill. Let's bring back steamships. I mean, one is clearly a moron, but you know what I'm saying. They're both in my opinion,
In my opinion,
they are both in my opinion, they are both probably criminally culpable for aiding and abetting a pedophile, sex trafficking.
ugh,
Just place right there. That's what happens. You get to talking about the Clintons and Trump at the same time. You try to silence you.
yeah, quick. Oh, technical
Yeah.
difficulties.
Oh,
Oh wow. Imagine that. Um, Also worth mentioning that Israel has decided that Doctors Without Borders is among the organizations that they will not be letting into Gaza starting next year. If you wrote a plot for evil country does evil thing, this would probably be like the tagline, you know, in a movie about like, a genocidal country doing genocide. This is probably in the plot line somewhere, keeping charity doctors out of a war zone.
I don't I don't understand how I don't understand how they could just not allow people into the country.
Oh, they did the Republican thing. They added paperwork, made it difficult, and now it's not just Doctors Without Borders. There's like dozens of them, dozens of aid agencies that aren't allowed back in.
I know we like saw the yellow borders. Like, how is everything owned by Israel now? Like, essentially, you can't go through. Like, there is no getting to Gaza unless you come by sea, which they're sitting out there waiting for you to do something silly too. Like, they're not, you know what I mean? They're not gonna let you just ride in. They didn't let Greta and Lord Farquaad or whatever ride in on her rescue mission.
Listen, uh, the thing is like it's because the U.S. is asleep at the wheel, 100%. Like all of these things that we've talked about are happening because nobody, and I mean nobody, believes that this fucking Looney Tunes wackadoodle maniac has any control over his fucking bowels or the country. Like he's over here shitting his pants in front of people, snapping at reporters. He's talking some of the craziest shit, and everybody's just like, yeah, uh-huh. They come here, they throw a fucking gold bar at him, and then they go out and do whatever the fuck they want. He basically said that about China today. He's like, I don't know what they're doing, but I'm not worried about it. They asked about Israel and like, are you concerned that they're not holding up their end of the ceasefire? It's like, oh, Israel could do whatever they want. Whatever they want. Because Miriam Adelson gives him $250 million every time he asks. 25 million more for his fucking you know, ballroom. Fucking unbelievable. Unbelievable. Uh another so the one thing the Congress did do was pass the defense bill, because that's what they always do. Other than that, it's the most unproductive Congress in history. In history, modern history. Most unproductive first year. Usually first year of a presidency, that's when you want to get everything done. They passed like 5 bills, which is sad but predictable. Uh, but the thing that they managed to do was get the National Defense Authorization through with a bunch of extra money. A little extra for Israel, a little extra for Microsoft, Palantir. You know what I mean? Everybody's winning here. Everybody gets a pass. You're starting to see some of these contracts come out. Boeing got almost $9 billion to build F-15 fighter jets for Israel.
Crazy.
Crazy. We exist only to serve Israel, I think. It does it does seem to be the stated policy of most US politicians. No, nobody
It
seems
does.
to, yeah, I mean nobody seems like, despite the intense unpopularity of this position, no politician wants to take a fucking you know, take this and run with it.
It's kind of alarming.
Kind of. It's like it's gotten to the point where, because it's so intensified, this is crazy. Like you always suspect it, but like, it would ramp down and you'd forget about it maybe. Now it's like there's been a whole genocide over the past 2 years, like just a complete annihilation, just so much death and destruction, and kind of like, with the Vietnam War and TV and the dawn of television, like with the dawn of social media journalism, this has been everywhere. People have watched this live, and still you have politicians like Hillary Clinton telling you, you know what the problem is? You need to quit looking. That's the problem. That's the
Uh,
problem.
Chappelle's most recent stand-up came out,
Hmm.
and they said that people were on him about performing in Saudi because they killed a journalist, and he said, "Well, Israel's killed 240, so I didn't think we were still counting."
Yeah.
That was like his punchline. Like, Israel's killed 240, so I didn't think we were still counting.
Yeah. It's good. It's a good comeback. It doesn't excuse it. I mean, I'm sure the family of Khashoggi was just not like, super delighted to hear him make light of the chopping up of their loved one. But it's I take the point at its for what it's worth, because never in the history of the world have more journalists been murdered than Israel, and we haven't been able to see any of it there. They haven't let any
That's
journalist
the
in.
that's the people I had somebody argue for me that they had a right to defend themselves. And I was like, killing 240 journalists self-defense, is that what that is?
Unbelievably wild. I don't know. I just don't feel like the only nuclear power in the Middle East needs to defend itself. But so, tell me, Derek. So now that the Netanyahu and Trump have met in Florida, what's the countdown clock look like to the next time that Iran gets hit with bombs? We got like a month, 2 months, maybe.
Playing it
Because
safe, yeah. It's
yeah,
you give it
because
about that, yeah.
yeah, because clearly Iran is building a nuclear program, right? They're back on their nuclear shit. Like it's happening all over again. And yeah, Netanyahu's been pulling this card for 30 fucking years. And it is the stated mission of the United States to hug Bibi. That's what they always say, hug Bibi. Well, Trump is over here slipping him the tongue, and he's still not complying. Not only is he not complying with any of the stuff, he's going after everything. Even like with Syria, who Trump kind of has a crush on the dude from Syria, right? And he kind of like they did have a little point of contention over that. Like Trump was like, well, you're not gonna get a choir boy to which I assume he was disappointed, and I assume he also likes choir boys. The in my opinion. Uh he said you're not gonna get a choir boy to run Syria, but I don't know, Netanyahu, the minute Gaddafi was toppled, he was invading that country. He's bombed Damascus. Like he has his own designs for it. And he's going to go forward with it, and Trump's going to have to fucking deal with it. Because no matter how hard you tongue punch his fart box, Bibi Netanyahu is going to continue to do whatever the fuck he wants to do. And he knows that the United States is not going to stop him, especially not this guy.
Hey, thank you so much for bringing up Gaddafi. That's what I'm talking about Sunday.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Nice.
that ought to be fun.
Yeah. Be sure to join us Sunday. It'll drop Monday at midnight on the East Coast. But we'll be having an interview with Lauren Cullen, independent candidate for Congress in California's 34th district. A progressive who prides himself on being an independent. Should be a very interesting conversation. Can't wait to have it. Yeah. Shameless plug. I don't know. It felt organic. Derek, did that feel organic? Was that nice? That felt good.
It's
Yeah.
real nice. Made me
Thanks.
excited to listen to it. Yeah.
Good. Oh yeah. All right. Also, in the slush fund of investments, Donald Trump posted that Amazon was to invest $50 billion to build data centers for the US government. Now, in the history of people doing things for the US government, I don't think anybody's ever not gotten paid for it. So this seems like a lot of horseshit. Clearly, Amazon has gotten a contract to build AI data centers for the United States government. So again, another billionaire wins another stupid game. And my least favorite company, Amazon.
If you want to stimulate the economy, give that money to 1,000 small businesses and allow them to build data centers. That's how you stimulate the economy.
Sure. Although they could probably build something more productive, like anything. I don't know. Pile dog shit up in the middle of a sidewalk.
I'm just saying there's so much opportunity to actually expand the economy and help the middle class, and they're like, meh, no thanks.
Nope.
We'll just keep on giving the money to Bezos.
Yeah. Yeah, because it'll trickle down. It's on its way.
Probably don't need a minimum wage as well.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I would trade minimum wage for universal union membership. I'll trade it any day. How about that? You don't want to give me minimum wage? Fine. Every single worker has union protections.
Yeah, because there's not a single union worker right now working for minimum wage. Not a
Nope,
one.
not a one. And because people always make this argument about the Nordic states, they'll be like, they don't have a minimum wage. No, bitch, they have fucking unions for everybody, you goddamn fucking bleeding moron. Or you disingenuous fuck, one of the two. I feel like a lot of it's disingenuous. I feel like nobody's that stupid sometimes. But then, I don't
Oh
know.
no, you have no idea how high these people can fly, John. No fucking idea.
That is true. We have drank a lot of lead pipe water over the years and here in the United States and lots of unabated asbestos. A lot of dumb people out there.
My buddy was making a joke today in one of our group chats. He's like, got an 83 on my IQ test, so that's still a B. And I was like, these are the people that I spend all my free time arguing with on the internet. You
Oh
know,
no.
but yeah, that's really how people
No.
think, bro. Like, yeah, that's a B. Yeah, my buddy's hilarious, but he's like, that's still a B. But yeah, those are the people that I argue with on the internet. I am amazed at how dumb they
Yeah. Yeah, it's truly astounding. And this AI stuff is only making them dumber. AI is one of the headlines in The Guardian today was about AI showing signs of self-preservation. And this one guy who is a pioneer, scientist Yoshua Benigo, uh, he's Canadian, uh, is warning about the sentience of AI and says we need to be ready to pull the plug on this thing. Because I guess, and I hadn't heard this, but there's actually groups that are starting to uh, give legal status to AI, to grant citizenship to artificial intelligence. This is, to me, some of like just proof that this shit only makes you dumber. In what fucking world would you not want to have a kill switch on this thing, let alone to like give it rights? Okay, women don't even have rights in this country. Are you gonna fucking give AI rights first? That's insane. That's insane. Guns and AI, baby. They got the most rights.
are. It's
Fucking,
astonishing.
it's astonishing. I I would never buy a gun, but if I did, it would be to shoot something AI. Like that's that would I would not shed a tear. Is this not terrifying? Am I overreacting?
I think it's the planned dumbing down of a country.
Yeah. 100%. I don't think it's capable of doing much else. I don't It's not solving world hunger or anything with the other things it says. It's barely getting a B on spelling test. It's not that smart. In fact, it's incredibly dumb. And if it continues to learn from dumb people posting dumb shit, like, well, it's not going to get any smarter. So, and I think too,
I
like,
always worry about its uses or
no,
go
go
ahead.
ahead. Uh, you're up.
I worry about its uses, especially with the the announcement of its integration into the military. And we've already seen, at least I've seen the AI videos of soldiers like, yeah, and like getting people pumped up and like that shit will rile people up real quick. You get some soldiers with a flag holding some guns saying "Go America," and like people think that stuff is real
Hmm.
or like scenes of conflict, to pretend that for reasons to, if we're talking about false flags already, it just gets easier with AI. So I always that's my biggest fear, or at least one of them with this stuff. For as
Yeah.
stupid as it makes people and all the garbage that comes out there, the real dangers of it are, are what kind of lurk in the back of my mind.
Yeah.
I'm the same way, Derek. I think they'll use this to basically make you think that the truth is AI. Like footage will come out of something that they don't want us to see, and the immediate statement will be, "No, that was AI. That wasn't real." And now it's just meant to, that's what I think it's used for. The negative outweigh the good so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Gaza, they've used this technology specifically to target Palestinians who may be Hamas. Obviously, it's inaccurate and useless, but it does also give them something to blame, right? They can say, "Oh, well, AI proved it." You see the readiness with people who are like, "Oh, well, Grok, did you hear what Grok said?" Well, I don't give a fuck what Grok said. Grok could be programmed to say whatever the fuck he wants to be said today. You know what I mean? Like, because he got something right does not mean that we should be listening to Grok ever. You don't fucking, you know what Grok said? No, I don't. And I don't want to know. I want, unless Grok is announcing his own suicide, I don't want to hear it. Like, I'm cool. Thank you. Even then, I probably wouldn't trust
Matter
it.
of
It's probably,
time.
probably wrong. Matter of time, you think? I don't know. I feel like it's
For
more.
Grok, oh my God, yeah.
I feel like
Just
it's really
wait.
like clearly Elon Musk has never read Frankenstein because he just keeps beating this thing and yelling at it. You know, clearly, I mean, it's a movie now, man. It's a pretty good one. Go watch it, and quit torturing the monster. Oh, God Almighty, unbelievable. Yeah. So, the other thing that's happening with the AI is, people are falling in love with it, which is the stuff of movies, you know. But these things are not staying movies. Like the shit's becoming reality every day. And it's so fucking weird. I'll give you an example. There was a man who decided that this was something to share with the internet, but that he had been talking about literature and history with his chatbot, and he just was so overcome with feeling, let's say, that he came in his pants. Uh, so he orgasmed talking to his chatbot about history, which, boy, you'd think you'd think that would have been like a lonely response, but then like he was like, "Has this happened to anybody else?" And sure enough, another man responded, "Yes," and that they don't care. What other people think, they know what they feel, a rush deep in their chest, um, and obviously a warm, runny goo running down the inside of their leg.
The male loneliness epidemic is crazy, dude.
I, y'all deserve it, but don't think you're gonna drag me down with you though.
That's crazy.
You can't have me. That's yeah. That crazy is hardly the word for it. It's fucking sick in the head. I don't even know I don't know what that is. That's again, just another reason to take a fucking shotgun to that thing. Kill it before it grows.
Kill it before it grows.
I thought this was going to be a story about how like they had, developed this relationship and he had talked to it for a long time and like slowly fallen in love with this thing, but it was just just that during a history lesson. Like
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Yeah. I don't know. Talk about Catherine the Great and horses and shit, and all of a sudden, blah blah blah.
It's right. Oh, it was
Oh
the way
no.
she said it, bro. It was the
Yeah.
way.
Yeah. The calculated robotic voice. I just fell for it. Fucking weird, dude. Weird. Like, God, there's so much porn, so much pornography. I just don't understand. Clearly, you have the house to yourself. Like, turn the
Living
fucking
in a crazy
volume
world.
up. Enjoy a quality jerk, man. You don't have to. You don't have to think one out.
uh,
Oh my God. I don't like it here. I don't like it here. Um, so without the assistance of AI, people are already getting stupider. Uh, that weird influencer, what's his name, who's been running around investigating Somali fraud by pulling at the doors of local businesses and screaming, "Where are the kids?" into daycare centers, which I'm going to tell you right now, okay? Just if you are a daycare, and a straight white Republican male comes up to the door, lock it, lock it, right? Like you did the right thing. You did the right thing. There's a long track record of fucking weirdos being just like that guy. So I wonder what his interest is in these daycare centers actually in the first fucking place. It's weird, it's creepy, and it's just plain wrong. I didn't bother to break the story when it happened because I knew I only had partial debunking, and I mean I had all the debunking I needed. Like it was reported by some fucking right wing YouTube podcaster, um, who's an idiot, and has been wrong in the past about everything else. But sure enough, it's like 110% lies. Anything that was true has already been reported years ago when it happened. 92 people have been charged with crimes. Some of them Somali, but the obviously the mastermind was some white woman. But you don't hear that very much from the right. This thing got way out of hand, guys. I don't know how. Um, I do know how.
Oh yeah, you know how. Don't you know how, John?
You know, let's leave a little opening. Little
Did they pick a marginalized group of people to
man.
discriminate against, John? Did they did they pick a new marginalized group of people to hate?
Wow. Imagine that. Imagine that. Just so happens to be the favorite target of Trump lately too.
Of course.
Yeah. No surprise
And it's
there.
all Elon Omar's fault. She's the Antichrist. She's taking us down from within.
Yeah. She's great. And by the way, you can go back and check her statements. She denounced the fraud when it happened and talked about it when it happened because it's, her district and she pays attention like any good congressman
And
should.
takes no corporate PAC money. I wonder why they hate her.
Yep. She's not bought. Yep. I mean that and racism. I was just to say it like
Well, yeah, I
in,
mean,
in
right.
case in case this was like unclear to anyone. I just want to make sure that you understand. It's because racism. That's it. It's the whole
They
story.
don't. I just. It's just ridiculous because they don't actually care about fraud.
No, or
They don't care
facts.
about
They
it at
don't care.
all.
They right now, somebody is listening. They know full well this is fake. They knew it was fake the whole time, but it ran over them like a fucking like a shot of heroin. It was everything they needed that day. It gave them that warm, oceany feeling through their whole body. And that was like, yep. I was like, ooh, that's it. That's what I needed. So they're not going to hear anything else. They don't care that it's fault. They don't care that it's wrong. It's their drug. They're fucking injecting the shit directly in their neck. No, it's just the way it is.
Better than having to beat off your daddy depends all day. They can finally point the finger at somebody else for a little bit, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, it's a typical trauma response. You find out the weird 80-year-old man who you've never met but have sent most of your social security check to, whom you call daddy, I've been raping kids the whole time. It probably is tough to, it's difficult, be traumatic, be traumatic.
You
It
need
is
a little pick
alarming,
me up every once in a while. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You call up your
and they
dealer,
just love punching down.
they love it.
They love punching down. It's so funny. They'll like bootlick billionaires until they're blue in the face. But when they find somebody doing worse than them, they're like, "Fuck these motherfuckers."
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, because as long as you find somebody more poor than you in the United States, you found somebody worse than you because that's capitalism.
Yes,
Because
that
that's
is
the
it in
religion
a
of
nutshell.
capitalism. Yep.
As long as someone is doing worse than them, you don't have to worry about robbing them blind.
And listen, if you can't find anybody in your neighborhood, you just fucking tune in to your good friend Brett Bear and you tell Brett, look, I need a 20 bag of racism. And he's like, I got you. You know,
Yep.
I got you. Sit.
We're letting Nick Fuentes influence the youth. That's
Yeah.
where we're at right now.
Oh, for sure. Listen, if your party has to debate whether or not Nick Fuentes belongs in your party, you're you're fucking pretty goddamn racist. That's crazy. You have to have that discussion. That's not the sign of a healthy party.
As someone who works at a school, I'm never letting you in my building.
Yeah,
And
clearly. No, if a man shows up to the
it's
front
never
door
coming.
pulling on it and screaming, "Where are the children?" Especially here in the fucking United States of gun violence, you don't open the door. I think that's good for today, guys. We'll wrap it up there. I want to thank everybody for watching, listening, liking, subscribing, becoming part of the Derealization Nation. If you haven't done it already, man, why not? Everybody else is doing it. I mean, come on. The fuck? You can check us out at derealizationnation.com. Get yourself a t-shirt. You can subscribe for free on YouTube or Substack, but there's also a paid version on Substack that helps us out a lot too. Um, we're on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. Until next time, I'm John. Go ahead, Derek.
I'm Derek.
There you go.
And I'm Brad.
And that's what's left.
War criminal Benjamin Netanyahu said Trump is the most pro-Israel president of all time.